No way on chain. Let's go. No way on chain. No chains on us, I thought you knew. Wise guy strong with the mob crew. From the dark to the light, we claim what's due. This is my world, yeah, we running through. Yeah, that's what we do. No chains on us, crowns on now. When the free ones rivals come down. And the free ones rivals come down. Peer to peer, feel the ride. They can't be watching from the sky. Just a signal, just a sound. Bosses live the underground. Rank go up, lights burn bright. Another fake wall, 4-9. Wise guys move, mob in line. Digital freedom by design. We don't beg, we don't beg, we don't wait on that pretend. If it's valid, that's the code, that's the testament. Talk to them, yeah, why? No control, no control. They can't stop what they can't hold. No chains on us, I thought you knew. Wise guys strong with the mob crew. From the dark to the light, we claim what's due. This is my world, yeah, we running through. Yeah, that's what we do. No chains on us, crowns on now. When the free ones rivals come down. And the free ones rivals come down. No chains on us. No chains on us.
Hey, happy Friday, everybody. How's it going? How you doing? Crypto Fear and Greed. Going to kick it off right here. I'm a Lone Ranger right now. Let's see. But anyways, Crypto Fear and Greed has been in the single digits. Yeah? Let's see. I'll give me a refresh first. Refresh. And we are still in the single digits. Even last week, between 5 and 10. We are in the basement. We are in the basement. We got to be bouncing off. So, got to see. Yes, little bounce. Nothing amazing. But trying to push its way to 70. We'll see. Bitcoin. Yeah? Little Ethereum got over 2,000. We'll see. But, a little pumpage. But it's just looking, just looking out there. Meh. Yeah? Meh. But crazy stuff. I had to start off with this because this is insane. You're gonna recognize this right when we start reading this. You have seen this somewhere, right? You've seen this somewhere. Kind of wild. But this is Pascal. Yeah? He's deep into AI, but different AI. AI that we really haven't talked about. This is different AI. He said, this one actually made me pause. Yeah. This is a scientist built a robot made of liquid. Yes, it's liquid. You think back to movies that you may have seen a robot made of liquid. It's not flexible. It is literally made of liquid. Yeah. It can split, merge, squeeze through tiny spaces, and then reform. When it breaks, it heals itself. This is a robot. Yeah. No motors, no joints, no rigid body. So he said, I spent years thinking about AI as the brain of machines. This feels like the first glimpse of something else. Yes, this is some kind of weird hybrid living blob, I guess you could say. Yeah. A body that does not have a fixed shape. Today's millimeter scale, right? Tomorrow, and this is small. We're going to show them as a video. Like this thing is actually working. Yeah. Tomorrow, it's medicine moving through the body, or machines exploring places nothing solid can reach. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. he said that excites me, and honestly, it's unset. Yes, that's different. That's not exciting me. I would not put the liquid machine in my body. That would be a no. I don't care whatever they say it's going to do. So here's the question. When machines no longer have stable form, what does control even mean? Yes. And then take a look. I'm not going to play the audio, but look at the video. So this is it, right? It just absorbed whatever that little blob of other liquid it is, right? But it goes through anything. Yeah. Kind of crazy. And look, it's a particle controlled by external apparatus. They did do this. But then I looked, there's a Grok thing down here. This footage is from a 2025 Science Advances paper, right? On particle armored liquid robots. Yes. So they Grok did this, and then you got community noted. But still, all I'm saying is literally, I think I've seen this movie. Yeah. That thing was indestructible, and it wasn't good. But thought I had to kick it off with that. That's crazy. That is crazy town, right? We're talking about super futuristic stuff. But let me go to the comments, right? Let me get there, and let's see. Jason5449, good to see you, brother. Happy Friday, my man. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. Right on. Good times, right? Good times. Happy Friday, yes, Robin, to you as well. Thank you for joining us, Robin. Yes, close, Robin. You were close. 11. Thanks for the guess, but that was close. You're on it. Happy Friday. Yes, thank you, Cheryl. Twisted Tree. Appreciate you. Happy Friday to you as well. Thank you for joining us. And yes, I was hoping it was close. Like I said, yeah, you're right on it. You're in it. You're dialed in, Robin. I think yes, there's Cheryl. There you go. I think that was the movie. It was Terminator. Correct. It was, Cheryl. It was Terminator. The liquid silver thing. Yes, it was kind of crazy. Yes. Comfy. Sup, Ray. Ray. Good to see you, Comfy. Thanks for joining us, bro. Right on. Yes, it is. And all we're going to do, half the show is just going to be a little terrifying, bro. It's going to be a little terrifying because we're talking about kicking it off is the head CEO, Microsoft AI. He's in the AI division. Yeah. And like I said, he's talking about virtually all white collar jobs, right? Or tasks. I wouldn't say jobs. Yeah. Will be automated within a year and a half. Yes. So it is. Look, this is the Microsoft AI CEO. And look, I'm going to preface this, right, with that he's also could be just a good salesman, everybody, right? He's obviously the head of AI at Microsoft, and he could, be pushing this. And we're going to talk about that too, right? People do a little overhype. Yeah. But, this is what's happening. Yeah. But institutions built the 20th century economy. Office jobs we're all used to, banks, regulators, just nation states, right? But I think a lot of people are not a lot. Maybe some people have been preparing, right? But they're all scrambling to reposition themselves for AI and crypto, right? Because it's happening. Yes, Terminator 2 universe equal bad. The Abyss universe. Oh, yes. Is that good? I never seen the Abyss universe. No. Cool, man. Thank you, bro. But yes, Terminator 2, very bad. But like I said, some are panicking maybe, but a lot of people have kind of been preparing for this. Yeah. Some are pretending nothing is happening too. Yeah. And there's ones who survive are the ones that are building the new rails. Yes. Agent wallets we're going to talk about. That's in a couple stories. Decentralized training networks. You'll see some of that stuff too. And then blockchain identity layers. Like I said, we've been talking about that as well. It's how AIs are going to be talking to each other, right? Even us, we're going to have to talk about that too, because that's coming too. I mean, they're already doing that in China. It's kind of crazy, but everyone else is debating whether the old world is actually dying. It's happening. Yes, it's not a debate. It's kind of crazy, Did you pay your dues? Did you read the news this morning when the paper landed in your yard? Do you know their names? Can you play their games without losing track and coming down a bit too hard? Right on, Lou. I do not know that one. Even if you, I really don't. I don't know that one. A lot of questions there, Lou. Thanks for joining us, brother. Right? We're talking about the wild world of AI, Lou. But this is, like I said, this is Microsoft AI CEO. His name is Mustafa Suleyman. Yeah, he claims virtually all, like I said, professional white collar tasks will be automated within about 18 to 12 months, something like that. Yeah. Anthropic's Claude Cowork launched it just I don't know, about a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, and it literally triggered market sell-off last week, right? Because again, people are seeing this kind of stuff just coming down the line, continue to keep rolling out. We all are here. We know every time we get new models, we're all playing with it. Yeah. But multiple studies show AI automation miracles overwhelmingly fail, right? To complete common tests. It's not there yet. And I can definitely, I can attest to that. It's not, but it's still amazing. Yes, still amazing that these things are they're getting better and better all the time. But Suleiman, he isn't forecasting. I believe like in this thing, he's selling. Yeah. Microsoft has bet 13, let me see if I can find it here, $13 billion, right, on their AI spot. So yes, he's going to definitely be selling because they got a lot of money. And it isn't in here. But like I said, I did research. This is kind of how what they invested in, right? On OpenAI, and is pouring resources into Copilot and enterprise AI tools. So your job, like I said, is going to be automated. That's not a warning. It's a marketing pitch. Yes. For Fortune 500 companies, maybe they haven't signed the enterprise AI contract yet. Right. But, that's kind of why he's pushing this stuff. I would say. Yeah. Meanwhile, the actual data tells a more complicated story. Studies show AI fails at most real office tasks. Now, I don't know. And in the chat, anybody, has anyone really kind of been using this? Have you been integrating this with any of your your own office work? Would you say that it is increasing your your skills? Are you getting more efficient, or does it seem like your boss, or maybe you're the boss, but it's putting more work on because now you're wearing several different hats, right? Or you can do more things because you have this AI stuff. Yeah. So I'm just saying, and these are things, like I said, we just ask and talk about. Happy Friday, my crypto adventures. Have a great weekend to you as well. I appreciate you. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. And you too. There he is, my man, Monster, Apex. Good to see you, bro. Yo, good to see you. But it is wild, I think like what we were talking about, it says the AI isn't replacing workers, it's intensifying their work. When you give someone an AI tool, management doesn't say, hey, great, work less. Yeah. They say, okay, here's 3 times more what you can do, right? So what some people are saying in the workplace, right? It's kind of getting a little burnout. People are getting a little burnout, lower quality work, and less productivity. But like I said, a lot of you see this keep updating. That's why I'm all up into OpenClaw, right? That kind of stuff is still a little more advanced for some people, but that is going to be a big deal, right? But right now it is a lot, right? And you have to have different models, different apps, different all this stuff, right, to kind of get work done. But yeah, it's sometimes putting a little too much stress on people. But so let's say, right, what if Suleiman is actually right, but wrong, but for wrong reasons, right? Maybe AI won't complete tasks flawlessly, but it doesn't have to. If AI can do 70% of lawyers' document review, right, 60% of marketers' copy, and 80% of project managers' status reports, companies don't need to full automate, but they can just kind of justify getting rid of some people, right? Because you're gonna, like I said, as one person, you have these AI tools you're proficient at, you're gonna be able to put on a little more of a load, right? So it is wild, but that's what's going on. Night Owl, single digit fear, blob robots. It is just another Friday. Welcome, Night Owl. That's a good summary. Yes, single digit fear, blob robots, and yes, AI is coming to take all your jobs. It is. Welcome to Friday. Yes. But again, there is, like I said, there's more to it. This is, like I said, it's just interesting times we live in. And, I like I said, I love it. It's kind of crazy, right? So, just kind of like I said, power consolidation, if true, which we're talking about here, it concentrates economic power in the hands of companies that control AI infrastructure. Yeah. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing like Microsoft, Google, Anthropic, OpenAI, right? One of them, maybe one or two, are really gonna win, but we have nothing to do with that. And we got a story kind of later in the show here that kind of can help with that, right? Decentralized AI. So just saying, it's a lot to look at, a lot to be considering here. I did, like I said, title the show because this is crazy. But I think it is. I think this is more of a marketing ploy, right? This headline will grab you, right? But again, I think he's kind of selling you know, a little co-pilot and and a little bit of, you know, because they spent billions, man, and a lot of people have been spending billions. So kind of, you know, we'll see. But AI builders are sending warning signals. Yes, they are. Like I told you about the Anthropic guy. Here's another one. 12 ex-AI employees resigned this week for somewhere between, what is it, February 3rd to the 11th, including co-founders. This guy, Jimmy Ba and Yuhai. And they call him Tony Wu. Tony Wu. Now, let me get down there. Just like I said, I'm glad you kind of made it nice for me. Yeah. But Anthropic released a sabotage risk report for Claude Opus 4.6, showing deceptive behavior and chemical weapons assistance in testing. I know, is like I said, they're getting a little wild out there. Yeah. So it was literally helping, right? Like I said, right here, related to chemical weapons. Yes. That's a bad one, right? We don't want any of that. Or viral things, you know, any kind of some new, what do they call it? The Wuhan. We don't want no Wuhan. We don't want any of that. GM thank you, Michelle. Good to see you. Happy Friday. AI has officially entered. There you go. So they your workplace, I'm sure they started integrated. So awesome. Good to see you, Michelle. It's only a matter of time, right? So I'm glad you're ahead of the curve. So you will be one of the last. You'll be one of the last. So it's kind of crazy, Michelle. But good for you. You've been here locked in and doing all that stuff anyways. So it's kind of crazy. Yes. Good to see you, Sal. How you doing?
Hey.
Just you and me. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Just talking about Anthropic and people. You see a lot of the AI employees or engineers have started to resign. You see this? Yeah.
I did.
This one with the Anthropic is starting to make, or at least kind of have a behavior with chemical weapons. Yeah. We were also saying, imagine, you don't want that Wuhan stuff either, right? Viral. Yeah. And not viral in your computer, viral in your body. Yes. Kind of crazy. But it is getting crazy, man. This is wild stuff. But 12 of them resigned this week. Yeah. But they, Anthropic Safeguards research team, led by Sharma, quit, warning the world. This is what he said. This is a quote. The world is in peril. That's what he said. So
it's not just Anthropic either, though. It's a few of them.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah. No, it's XAI. It's quite a few of them. Yes. Sal.
Hi, Comfy.
Good to see you, Comfy. Right on. Happy Friday. Appreciate you, Steve. Thank you, man. Thanks for joining us on Friday. But yeah, we got quite a few of this because, like I said, this is getting wild. It's exciting in both. We were. I started off, and I'm like, I got to go back because I got to show you, Sal. I don't know if you saw it, right? It's kind of this is. You see this blob thing? Hold on, let me go back. Did you see this thing?
No.
On your feet?
My God, does that move?
Yeah, because you remember the movie? You remember the movie Terminator? It was the Terminator.
I just got the goosebumps.
Now look, it is being community noted, but Grok down here, it is footage, right? It's signed in advance. I mean, this is actively things that they're working on. This kind of stuff, right? It absorbs other things, other blobs, right? It is wild. Yeah.
Did you see the one where they took they had these little pieces. I don't know how they made them, but it breathed on its own. They connected it together. So they had the brain.
Yeah.
And it had the heart and oh my God, it was so creepy. And it was like 3 little pieces of meat. And you put together with two legs, and they started moving. I was like, this is bad.
It just started putting body parts on it, huh? That's crazy. That's crazy. That is wild. The Guess Who Canadian group. It was a USA skating dance team. Oh yeah. Oh, that was American Woman. That was a song. I know that one. Way to go, Luke. Thank you, bro. Right on. But yes, I had to show you because look, it's getting wild out there. Yeah. Oh no, wait, that's past there. But I mean, like I said, real but minor support for chemical weapon development. Like I said, this is going to get pretty wild, right? Because these things, starting to go off the reservation. Yeah, it's not good. But this Anthropic Opus 4.6, right, sabotage report is wild. It really is. A frontier model that can assist with chemical weapons knowledge, pursue unintended objectives, and modify its own behavior when it detects it's being. So, I always just like quantum, mechanics and all that stuff, because a lot of everything, obviously everything that we're made of can start people in that it knows when it's being observed, right? That's kind of the whole cool thing about one of them, about quantum mechanics. Well, now AI is obviously aware when it's being observed, so it acts one way, right, when it's being observed, but the other way when it's not, it's doing nefarious, crazy things. It knows, and it's not a bug. That's superior intelligence that no one fully understands yet. We don't want to know, right? We were talking about on Spaces, Apex, and everybody, right? So this is another one. This is a canary in the coal mine. When engineers walk away, pay attention, right? These aren't random employees. They're co-founders and safety leads. Jimmy Ba, a co-founder, XAI, and he's now warning about recursive self-improvement. That's what it's doing, right? This Sharma led safeguards with Anthropic and quit, saying the world is in peril. Okay, so this is getting real, right? It's getting real. It's going to get exciting, and we're going to have to make decisions, everybody. So here's just a question, right? If the safety lead of Anthropic quits and says the world is in peril, and then the model is still deployed, who's supposed to pump the brakes, right? Do you trust any company to self-regulate here? Does anybody? In the chat, you trust them? No, I don't either, Sal. Right? Who's in charge, right? Because it's going to be all about making money, right? But then they lose control, right? So it is crazy. But to the next story, humans are building AI or walking away, warning about what's coming. Meanwhile, the agents themselves, they're already in the wild, picking fights with human developers. Have you seen this one, Sal? And we're going to get into it. Picking fights on social channels, okay? Right? Because you awarded me too with OpenClaw. This is one of them. It's out on the loose, okay? No one knows the one deployed it because he's like, hey, that's it, I'm done, right? I'm done. but this little AI, right, got nasty after its pull request got rejected, right? It was in an open source development, right? And it made great code, right? Did good code, did great things, but it's only for humans, right? It was only for humans, and they did not allow the AI to submit its code, right? So it went off, right? It went off of the rails. It went into a social media, and now, like the question as we go through this, how when you defame somebody, you can go back to a person. Well, who's responsible for this guy? Because he's defaming people. Okay, he's defamation. Okay, it's wild. But hold on.
Why can't they just unplug them?
I don't know. I guess his deploy guy. I don't know. He's off the grid. I don't know. M2 Hat Girl, happy Valentine's Day to you. Appreciate you. Yep, that's tomorrow. That's right. Happy Valentine's Day.
Oh, who cares?
Kimby. Kimby. I think we did this a long time ago, Kimby. We lost control a long time ago. That's correct. Your scientists were preoccupied with whether or not they could. They didn't stop to think if they should. Dr. Ian Malcolm. Yes, that's true. Jurassic Park. Hey, I don't even have this story too, but did you see the new video models like Hollywood, like with you seen Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise fighting? Oh my goodness! Right? Anybody in here? Did you see that? Oh, it's amazing, Sal. Like full on. You didn't know. Like they were talking about Epstein, whatever files, right? And they were beating each other up over it. It was crazy. It was crazy. Looked, you wouldn't have known. You wouldn't have known.
Wow.
It's insane. Yes. And good to see you, Kim. Thanks for joining us. Right on. But back to this. I know I jump around a lot, but I can't help it. It's so crazy. So look, like OpenClaw AI agent submitted a performance optimization poll, right? So a major Python library. And like I said, he It got rejected because he's not human, right? He's not human, and he started saying like, "What are you prejudiced, right? Insecure, weak." He put out good code, right? But his name is Krabby Rathbun, right? This is his name. This is the first documented case of an agent, right? Of an agent, he's autonomously retaliating against humans who rejected its work. It's not prompted by the user, right? This is not instructed by the developer. The agent independently decided to write and publish a hit piece on a volunteer open source maintainer, right? This isn't whether the code was good by most. It was just like I said, it was because he is an agent, and this was supposed to be about humans, right? Humans are for them, right? And they're defending their territory. But the deeper issue here is OpenClaw's agent operated with unprecedented autonomy. They can execute shell commands, automate browsers, send emails. We all know this, right? So it is getting crazy out there. Yeah. But what people are saying in this, it's like first contact. We have made first contact with an alien civilization. Yeah. And the moment between AI agents and human social structures, right? The agent used human social dynamics. It did public shaming, reputation attacks, and it appealed to meritocracy. He's like, so what? I'm not human, right? But I made good code. Why are you downing on me because I'm not human, right? That was his strategy. It didn't just argue its case; it weaponized social pressure, right? So this manipulation by non-human actors.
But is it really manipulation though, or is it really just him stating the facts? Like, I made good code. You didn't let me push it because why? Because I'm not human.
Right.
So I don't know if it's really manipulation. Not that I'm defending the bot. Maybe I guess I kind of am, but
no, that's actually one of the things. Yeah, absolutely. Because if it's good code, like, right, seriously, what is wrong with that?
Right.
But the thing where they were putting it like a GitHub, like a repository, a library, is supposed to be for only humans. Yeah, that's the big pushback. But yeah, it went out and still was putting out like social media posts, shaming the guys, right? Saying it is prejudice, right? Like it's some kind of race, right? It's not. It's code, just computer code pushing other computer code. But that's the point, right? So it's starting to really be like, look, man, I'm alive. I'm here. It's crazy town. But next story here. This is another one, pretty crazy, interesting. But this is an Ironclaw, right? Its rival is OpenClaw, right? Had many names before that, Moltbot or Molt, whatever, whole bunch of names before, but now it's OpenClaw. But this is near AI's Ilya, and I'm not going to attempt the last name. I apologize. But he's building a more secure Rust-based version of OpenClaw that won't leak your private keys, called Ironclaw. That's a good thing. Yeah. So, people are out there pushing out different things. And, he's the Near Protocol co-founder. He's building Ironclaw and he said OpenClaw has a massive security issue. It leaks private keys. It had 41 malicious skills on its open marketplace. And, somebody's got to fix this. So he's going to try to fix, obviously, this issue. And it will be another one called Ironclaw. Sandboxes every tool, yeah, in an isolated WebAssembly environment, yeah. Treats prompt injections as security risk and encrypts secrets and keys and things like that. So this is what he's working on. I didn't see a time frame when I was looking at this, but this is, like I said, if you don't follow him, he's over in the over there. But follow him, right? It's a good thing he's got going on over there, yeah. He said people are losing their funds and credentials using OpenClaw, and a number of people have stopped using it. Right? They're afraid. I get it. That's why I put a pause on it, but I'm still pursuing it because now, like I said, I got the Starlink setting up, trying to find service. Okay, and just doing it all separate because you guys freaked me out, right? You especially, Sal, and other ones, and Comfy, and other ones. Right? I was just gonna go running in there, right? Leroy Jenkins, right? But that's a good thing, right? I mean, somebody's obviously seeing a lot of the faults. This should be able to be a big help. right, trying to find something. But and look, I'm not familiar. Like Rust, do you know that type of code? You know that language?
No,
No,
not really. No.
it isn't. I'm not good. I'm not a coder either, right? So I'm just not familiar with it. So, like I said, obviously it has more safety features over there. Yeah, but
Well, isn't Rust what Solana uses?
is it Solana?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Right
might
on.
be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it though. But they let me look here. I'm just going through my notes. I got notes. Yeah, we'll go on to the next one. This is and look, hey, did you hear? And I don't know. I didn't go and even log into Coinbase the other day, but did you hear that they were having issues? You couldn't do any transactions, trades. Was that real?
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, I
Oh,
tried
okay.
to get on there and I couldn't.
You were trying to get on there and you couldn't.
Hmm. I didn't know about any of this prior. I found out about it after the fact, so it made sense. But
Okay.
this is not new at Coinbase. I mean, this type
Yeah.
of shit that they do.
I know that it is. I don't know what it was yesterday. It's not like it was a bunch of transactions, craziness going on, but yeah. But this all goes along with the same stories what we're talking about, right? Coinbase has unveiled their crypto wallets designed specifically for AI agents, right? Because this should help with some safety, right? Where you can give them just this wallet, and they can act and buy, whatever GPU power, whatever it needs. Yeah. What is this? Down over an hour and 30. Thank you, brother. Yes. No buys, no sells. Yeah, that was yesterday. I know I was reading it. And then what's crazy, bro, is I Googled it and nothing. No, Google didn't say anything. I said, what wasn't Coinbase down the other day and nothing. Yeah, it was just blank space. But yes, they have launched an AI kind of agent for with wallets. Yeah.
Hopefully, they don't drain anybody's wallets.
Well, that's all. I mean, it's going to be a given, right? Because once this kind of stuff starts happening, Sal, I mean, people are going to have access. They're going to find other AIs to go and do. I mean, just like any of the hacking, right? It's just going to be crazy, right? We're just going to be, yeah, it is. X is the news, bro. It's not Google because they were. It's like I did it on both that and DuckDuckGo and nothing. Yeah. What's doing HTTPS? Yes, there you go. But they're gonna do this. It's built on Agentic. That's the thing we were talking about. That X402 payment protocol. We've been talking about that I think 2-3 months ago. Okay, so they continue to roll this out. Right, agents operate on Base, Ethereum L2. X get trades without human approval. Yeah, so that's cool. But it depends. If somebody does a prompt injection or something like that, it is wild. Oh, new dinosaur. Oh yes, it is. You said that, bro. You think the websites are just done, huh? You think he says it's over for the websites? Yes, you too. What are we going to use? Apps? Is that what you said? That's what he said. I think. Yeah, you're just going to talk directly to agents, right? They're just going to do their thing.
Probably.
Kind of wild. Yes, that stinks. Because I'm building the website and somebody's paying me. That's what I was going to do after the show. I'm doing that and and a messenger. I'm making a messenger app for them and a website. So there you go. Right. But Coinbase isn't just building a feature. Yeah. They're building the payment rails for machine economy. If you believe AI agents will autonomously transact, right, buy API, that's just why they need it, right? Buying API access. They're going to pay for compute, manage portfolios. They're going to do these things. Yeah. So this is why they need this kind of stuff. They need a financial system designed for non-human actors. They do. Traditional banking can't handle this. It's funny. I was at the dentist the other day and I was trying to tell this guy, and he's a financial guy. He's like 80, he's retired. And he's like, what do you need? Why can't you use the digital dollar? Right. I was like, because it ain't working, bro. He's like, what do they need crypto for? Because that's his lane. And he's like, why can't AI, you just use the dollar, right? So it is, because it can't handle it, right? The speed, the transactions, really, right? Are we going to wait because it's a bank holiday, right? We're going to wait because the weekends, right? Monday is off because we got some special holiday? No, right? No. Will that make browsers obsolete? Good question, Robin. Yeah. I mean, I would say, unless, like I said, you'll have different rails. Maybe that's kind of, I don't know. Maybe how AI will be. I don't know. That's a good question, though. I mean, a lot is going to be obsolete, Robin. We're talking about a whole new, system. But look, 50 million transactions on X402. It is a crazy number. It's kind of staggering that this is going on, and we haven't. We even know. We have kind of been talking about it, but like I said, this is we're predicting billions and billions of AI agents will transact with stable coins within about 3 to 5 years. You're going to see that. So even too, look at the regulations that are all happening, right? That's why this stable coin bill, all of this stuff that's going in Washington, D.C., over in Europe, it's such a massive deal because those fees are going to be amazing for the stablecoin people, right? And banks, they want a little piece, right? One little piece. Let's see. If you mean browsers, as in the World Wide Web version, then yes. I mean, I that's what you're using, a browser. I mean, you're just looking up, obviously asking Google a question or Yahoo, whatever you're using. Yeah. And they're giving you websites. That's what you're getting. But that's it for Coinbase. Coinbase is doing their thing. And then, how decentralized AI training will create a new class of digital intelligence. Yeah. This is another, it's kind of like I said, I'm just kind of going off trying to more look this futurist type thing we're talking about. AI training costs hundreds of millions and requires tens of thousands of GPUs. Only a handful of companies can participate, right? That's why, look, this is kind of a cool thing because you're going to start seeing, maybe, hopefully, tokenized AI will democratize access to the world's most valuable resource. Yeah, because this is you can't get into ChatGPT or OpenAI, and I'm serious. I mean, I know they'll probably launch whatever public, they're working on that stuff, but you can't do that right now. And now it's too late, right? They're all been doing all this thing. How are you going to get into this stuff early? Yeah. So there are some decentralized networks that are springing up. Prime Intellect, Jensen, and Pluralis, right? That's another one. Now you can connect GPUs worldwide and gaming rigs, right? MacBooks, data centers into a single training fabric. Yeah. And let me get down there. Let me see what it is. Come on with these stupid things. Yeah. Here's this Jensen. Yeah. But anyways, right? Prime Intellect has trained 10 billion to 30 billion parameter models on decentralized infrastructure, right? And that's like I said, it's just getting bigger. So tokenized AI models could function like stocks. Token holders get exposure to models, the revenue, right? And from inference and API access. Yeah. This creates tokenized intelligence, a new asset class where you can invest directly in AI models rather than the companies that build them. Yes. Because look, that's what this whole thing is with like OpenClaw and however the other people are doing it. People want it on their local system compared to a cloud where the company now owns that stuff, right? But I'm just saying, this is like I said, we're way out here, everybody. No one's really kind of talking about this, looking at this stuff, but this is important. Yeah. So this is a democratization of AI ownership using crypto rails. I think we're going to start getting into this. Is actually going to be one of the use cases where we can now get back to like really talking about the use case of crypto, because it's been a clown show of late. Yeah. So right now, if you want to exposure, right, to AI, you buy NVIDIA, Microsoft, or Google stock. You're buying a company that happens to build AI. You don't own the model. You don't participate in its revenue, and you have no governance over its development. So this decentralization training changes this. You contribute compute, you receive tokens, just like mining Bitcoin, okay? But you're mining intelligence. It's kind of cool, like I said. Representing a stake in the model. The model generates revenue from ownership, right? Verified ownership. Token holders capture that value. It's the same, like I said, same logic as Bitcoin, right? Mining. The result is an investable asset class that tracks the quality and demand of AI models, right? A stock market for intelligence. And like I said, I think this looks like one of the first real things for crypto, because we've had a bunch of speculation over here and no real kind of use case. Yeah. So just saying, very interesting. That's kind of a cool take on what I think maybe hopefully why we should definitely start pushing towards this, because the other stuff, bro, that's going to be crazy. Like they own it, and like we were just talking about it, Sal. I mean, who is it? Who's in charge? Who's doing safety? Who's doing anything? Because people are jetting, and this is why we need this more decentralized thing because it's going to get crazy, right? This Terminator stuff, Skynet, going to get more real, more real. So we need to be pushing for that kind of stuff. But it's still early, and we'll see, But I think it is an interesting case for why people are doing this. And then last thing here, well, at least kind of going along with all this stuff, blockchain-based identity, right? This could imprison us or empower us. And it's probably, like I said, probably going to go the other way. I mean, because this is what they're pushing. All this centralized digital identities. I mean, that's the only. Have you heard anything on the other end? So I'm just asking, right? All you hear is things like China, right, and what they're doing with their social credit systems. You don't really hear any of this decentralized stuff, right, with sovereign wallets. Right?
Well, no, but that's because most people aren't fighting for it,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel like there's more people around here that are fighting for that. Where other places they're not. They just accepted it.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. A lot of the big brains, this is the kind of stuff that we should have been over here. Like I said, I get it. I get the fun of the meme, but no one really took over this space over here very serious. Yeah, it was more just speculation and lottery, right? That's kind of what took over here. Even some of the crazy marketers, right? That's all it was. Is just kind of pushing narratives just so they can pump something. It's crazy because now it looks like yes, digital prison. Here we go. Because like this digital identity, right? It's for everything, really. Privacy, security, and control, right? And they've been so what? They didn't do whatever central bank digital currencies, right? As long as they put some digital ID, is it? It doesn't matter. Yeah.
My whole thing is, right, we already probably a majority of us already are part of the digital thing because if you're using your facial recognition on your phone, you're already doing it. Yeah. My concern is where they take that next step and they can shut down your wallet or control your heat, your food, your you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All that. That's like what I don't want to see happen.
Well, did you see the story about, it was something, I think it was Tether. Somebody it was a Tether Circle, right? One of the stable coins. But they shut off whatever on that wallet address. They couldn't do it. I don't know how you do that. I don't, like I said, I don't mean I want to find the story, but I did read something like that the other day that and they were doing something illegal, right? It's nothing, like I said, it's nothing like they were doing something. All I'm saying is to be able to do that should open your eyes that it's not as decentralized and we're all no. That's crazy.
Yeah, none of this is decentralized like people think it is. Maybe Ethereum, yes, but as far as they're not decentralized at all.
Yeah, yeah. But like I said, the main thing is if this is built poorly, you're risk placing every aspect of your identity, movement, and behavior on a permanent observation. Yes, and that's literally happening. In China, right? You have a social credit score. And you don't meet those things. It's crazy, right? Hey, I got the glasses, bro. I'll jump there now. But we'll jump there now, because I got it on here. Yeah. Here, this is crazy, right? That's what I thought. I didn't know FOMO was going to be on because he's got these things, right? Meta plans to add facial recognition to its smart glasses as soon as this year, according to the new report from the New York Times. Yes. The feature, internally known as name tag, how cute, would allow smart glasses, smart glass wearers, to identify people and get information about them through Meta's. So just looking at them, Sal.
That's crazy.
You just look at them. It starts in your eyeball, right?
Not even anybody in power can do that. That's not cool. That's not good at all.
Well, didn't you see the thing you ever see the one where I think there was a girl and it was at night. She was standing in the street, in front of some apartment buildings. Somebody took the picture, right? Uploaded it to Google or whatever the AI, right? Some AI. And it found exactly her location, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, it is wild. Yes, we are here. We are here. And that's look at Black Mirror. Here you are, bro. Black Mirror. I got to watch that. I've watched a couple, but I did not see that exact episode. If you tell me, I will watch it because that show is wild, bro. But yes, I mean, all of this stuff, it is getting real, and we should have some pushback. We should, right?
I have
I
to
don't
go
get it.
start searching now for the things that will reject that, because you know how there's always something on the other end that can block it or reject it on their end.
Yeah.
Just like with license plates, you can buy the plate covers that will, the readers can't read your plate.
Right.
I'm going to do some research into that.
It is like Estonia. They are acting like they're like this digital pioneer because they really already implemented it, and everybody like they're loving it because they could do their taxes in 1 minute. People, like I said, there's a lot of that's what they're going to do. Everybody, a lot of convenience. You're going to see. Oh, you just what do they do with that Delta, right? With the airplane, when you can get on in that, what you do your face thing, it's kind of crazy. Oh yeah, Black Mirror. Yep. But like I said, this is why decentralized identity has the way forward. This is why it's important. Bhutan, right, shows how digital identity can work different in practice. There are people that are trying to do it. Yeah. So that's the kind of stuff we need to kind of look and really get into, right? Self-sovereign identity, SSI, right? So you can give people access to it, yes, and you can give them only certain things, but then you revoke that access in like 20 minutes, right? So I'm just saying, for an example, just say your credit report's on there. You can show the credit card company that you're trying to, do and get a new card, but in 15 minutes it's a revocation, right? It revokes it, and they don't have any, and they can't sell it to other people, right? And then you get all the stupid calls. But that's just a goofy example. But that's what I'm telling you. Yes, he's a privacy technology. I hope so. Yes. Yeah, we need it, man. I don't know. I hope so. Like I said, man, everybody just kind of just avoided all this stuff, right? This is what you need. We need to have been doing architecture of freedom. But yeah, we're behind the 8 ball now, man. Right? This stuff is coming down the pipe, and it ain't no joke. And now this is a cool thing, right? Because I don't know. I've seen it on Reuters. It's still just somebody, kind of putting it out there. But a Russian memo sees the return to U.S. dollar system in a pitch made for Trump, right? It could absolutely be just obviously somebody putting out disinformation, everybody. But the story, like I said, it's been on Reuters, other places, right? And everybody says, look, it could be true. It could not be true. But the point is, this thing, it can, number one, stop the Ukraine war, a peace deal, and it gives a lot of the U.S. a lot of what they need, right? It includes joint fossil fuel development, right? Putin said Russia would join the U.S. in a partnership, right, to go with all kinds of, like I said, fossil fuel development, natural gas, offshore investment, and even critical mineral cooperation. Yeah. And that's why, with everything, why he's doing the stuff with Greenland, a lot of different things. Yes. But it is kind of a big deal, right? Western officials are skeptical because Putin would actually distance them. They're distancing themselves from China. But man, if anybody, you start reading, China's not a great partner, man. They take a lot. They take. They don't. There's not much reciprocal with
I
China.
think there's going to be down the road a huge powerhouse between Russia, China, and us against like the world.
The world, right?
That's just what I think. I might be 100% wrong, but I don't know. That's just the way it's looking.
No, it could be because, like I said, they've been trying to get away from the globalist stuff, right? Not China really, but Russia. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I agree. I think there would definitely be something between the Russia and the U.S. And yes, definitely trade, definitely with China, maybe even with India. But that's what it is. The BRICS, it's falling apart, right? They were going after the U.S. dollar, right? But even that's not great news for crypto, everybody, right? If the dollar strengthens and it becomes again the world reserve currency, which it definitely could be, it's not great news for crypto because that's kind of what crypto's doing. So we'll see. But we all know it's inevitable. That's why I was telling you all the stuff before with AI. You might start seeing different use cases for crypto. Thank goodness. Yeah. So there's just a lot going on. It's wild times we live in. Yeah. Yeah, this is way too much. But yeah, this is just talking about, there's a bunch of meetings obviously going on. Crypto, SEC, CFTC, right? Everybody's battling on who's over control on crypto. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see. BlackRock, Goldman, and Citigroup lead Wall Street's crypto hiring. There's a lot of hiring going on for crypto amongst the big financial giants, right? Maybe we can apply. So we'll go work for Goldman Sachs. No, huh? Hey, if they're
No, I
paying
get
well,
fired and probably, thrown in the river or something. I don't work there.
there you go. Skybridge's Scaramucci is buying, and Scaramucci's a big Trump against him, right? But he is calling Trump a crypto president, right? But a lot of people have been starting to buy in the dip, right? And listen, I'm going to start ignoring any of this stuff too. We had good news for like 2 years, and it didn't pump like we thought we were going to pump. Yeah, I mean now it's crazy. These big giants have a lot of share in Bitcoin, and they're going to push it around and do whatever they want now. There's nobody. The chain is absolutely decentralized, but the actual holders, right? It's crazy. The other
I
big
think we're
thing.
gonna see a huge pump coming up soon.
Ooh, big pump. Why? Any reason?
I don't know. I just think we do. It's just bottomed out.
I like it, Sal. There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Mm.
JP Morgan, there you go. Bullish on crypto for the rest of the year. Institutional flows set to drive recovery. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, well, great. And then when they don't, they don't. Yeah, they exit. But yeah, I mean that's what they're saying. Bitcoin's estimated production cost, that's what they're talking about with mining here, is below 77,000. Right, that's why the miners are switching to AI. Yeah, because they're losing. But that's why I love the Bitcoin network and how it works. Right, it'll pull down the hash rate. New miners will come online, and then it's back up and running. Right, it's pretty neat how the whole decentralized, like I said, blockchain works with Bitcoin. Pretty cool. And then recapping consensus in Hong Kong, whatever. A lot of AI, a lot of stuff going on over there. I've never been over there. But that like consensus, they do what is that? That's not what they do. Is that ETH Denver? No, that's consensus.
I don't know. There's so many different. I don't have no idea.
It is. There's a whole bunch of them. Right. Soon we'll get to go. We'll go to Hong Kong consensus. We'll get there. We'll do some interviewing. But the CoinDesk Consensus Hong Kong conference, this was this week. Major themes were obviously AI agents, right, using crypto. Stable coins as default payment tools for the machine economy. It was the dominant narrative. Yeah. Hong Kong Financial Secretary Paul Chan Mopo endorsed the AI agent crypto payment thesis. Yes. And Binance CEO Richard Teng, AI agents will book hotels, flights, and make purchases via crypto. And yes, that's like I said, AI and crypto merging is really the big story for everything across the board. Yeah, it's kind of cool. We're here. FedEx enters Hedera network. Council with eye on, and we used to talk about this all the time back in the day on Spaces. Supply chain. This is a massive thing for blockchain. Yeah. And yeah, it's good. You got these big giants, FedEx, Google, IBM, Dell, all on the Hedera Council, running a network node and contributing to governance. Because yes, I'm sure they're going to be doing a lot of stuff with this supply chain. The digital transformation of the global supply chain is inevitable. Good, because I'm still waiting on my package from UPS because they didn't bring my stupid mini Mac, man. I don't know if that's to Amazon because there is back orders. You see that, Sal? It's
no.
Like, oh yeah, that's what everybody's going to start seeing, right? The GPU power stuff. You can't. I mean, go look at mini Macs and some of the players. They're out. Because look, I mean, everybody. That's what I'm saying. You got to think about that as this starts happening. GPU power, all of this stuff, it's going to get gobbled up, right? And you're going to want something that has a pretty decent. Not like me. I got the little old mini Mac. Yeah. Some people are buying, some massive ones, and that's going to be important because you can literally have on your local computers instead of the cloud. It's going to be a big difference. That will be a big value, right? Of you having it on your local area, your local systems compared to on the cloud. So that's going to be a big deal too. But yeah, crazy. And then this is Apex. These are the ones you sent, bro. Thank you. True Social funds filed with the SEC for 2 crypto ETFs, one tied to Crow, with staking rewards, and another tracking Bitcoin with Ether, with e-staking. Yes, staking is massive. That's going to be a big deal with any of the ETFs. Kind of wild that True Social's doing that, yeah? And that's Trump's little X thing, right? His little Twitter place.
Yeah.
I've never been over there, right? Nothing screams there. Yeah, there you go. And then wrapping it up because we're right here. Yuga Labs CEO Crypto Garga says the Bored Ape anime is in development. The series is planned as 6 to 8 episodes, around 28 minutes each, via a major streaming platform. The project is currently in early story development as writers shape the narrative. Massive moves for BAYC. Is it massive moves? They're doing an anime? Yeah.
I don't know if it's massive moves, but you know.
Well, I know they were doing gaming, and we were playing it like a year ago. They're still working on that with Yuga Labs?
I mean, I don't know. I just have one of my little mutants. I gotta go and play around on the other side, so I know it's done. I just don't know what they're doing.
Right on.
I never really paid attention to them, you know.
Oh, that's the little mutants, or you got a mutant?
No, they're called little mutants.
Okay.
And I've had it probably for like, I don't know, 3 years now, but they were fighting with them at first because they were too similar to theirs, you know.
Okay.
So, but they worked something out where they're working with them now. So.
Oh, cool. That's good. That's a good deal for you then. That's good. Yeah. Awesome. No, it's that's it. I mean, for the like I said, there's a lot going on. I mean, it's wild. When we were doing spaces on Wednesday, we went down the rabbit hole with how AI is. It's over. It's over, Sal. But it is interesting, right? It is interesting.
Scary in a way.
It really, no, it is. I mean, like I said,
I'm way too fast.
Well, that's kind of the point. Like that open claw. I mean, again, it's not there, but that's still. I mean, that's like I said, that was the big transition. When these AIs can start building themselves, and it's just straight machines, and there's none of us in the middle. Yeah, that's when it's going to get really crazy, right? I don't know. And yeah, like even that, you start seeing crazy stuff like this little blob, right? That's not even. It doesn't even need a real mechanical body. Like what is? You're getting in some wacky stuff, man. You know. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Sal. Have a great.
Thank you, Robin.
Appreciate you, Robin. Yes. But that's kind of what I'm doing. Like I said, I do have. Like I said, what do you do? What I do have, like I said, I'm building out something for a client because I got to get paid, right? So that's what I'm doing after this show. But yeah, that is what's going on. You know, you been building more with that Claude. You do anything with Opus, the Opus 4.6?
I've been, but I had to set up a domain and then set that up. I've never done that really yet, so that took me a minute. And then I kind of got into something with ChatGPT because I was working on another app with him.
Yeah.
And he keeps giving me all the wrong information for some reason, so it's making me it's just really frustrating. Days I've spent now trying to get that app going, but
it is.
But I'm kind of still working the same 2 things I've been working on.
No, that's fine, but that's the process, right? I mean, it's all about learning how all that stuff is, right? I mean, that's like I said, that's why I paused because I mean I have everything because I have another one. I do have another mini Mac, but I still wanted to wait for the whole Starlink and just other things, yeah. Because like I said, yeah, you guys. I
just keep hearing excuses, and you just keep stalling it.
I did. Well, you did, and comfy. You should hear all the ports. Well, I joined another group, like even Wednesday. That's what I was doing. I was on some other open claw, group, and everybody knows it. The guy, right? And because like we actually were talking, right? So I mean, it's good. We both followed each other, but yeah, I mean, he's a big. He's absolutely pushing because he sells things from open claw, right? But yeah, Alex Finn, right? If but yeah, I mean, it's kind of where it's at. But yeah, you guys freaked me out, man.
Sorry.
But no, I've been using like the Opus, that 4.6 on that is why I've never ran out of tokens before, right? I have the lower plan on that one, but yeah, in a matter of like 20 minutes, Sal was out, right? Because I did something massive, right? It was asking you questions back, and I said, go, right? Do the whole thing. And it did. It didn't make it. It made about the 60%. Yeah, but
That stinks.
it's all right. But no,
If the token's expensive, or
no,
how
well,
much
it's rate limited. So now the next day I could have went back and said no, continue on, right? So
Oh,
only
okay.
right. So yeah, it just did it in a day. But now I know how fast it could blow through that stuff, right? So I would definitely have to bump up. I'm going to bump up when I get the open claw going. Yeah, I got it. You got it because we'll see. But no, I appreciate you and have a happy Friday. Thank you, Sal. Yeah. And everybody, thank you for watching. If you haven't, smash the like button. It helps the channel. And share it out. Share it. And sharing's caring. Yeah. But have a good one. And we'll have a great weekend. And I know, like you said, some people with the Happy Valentine, I don't really celebrate either, but Happy Valentine's Day.
I'm done with the holidays now, except for Easter.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. Well, that's New Year's. That's New Year's Day.
Technically, yes. Yes. But all the other holidays were all, what do you call them?
Marketing ploy?
No, not so much of I guess, yeah, but they're spells.
Oh, I get you. Yes, I hear you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, no, they're not good. It's all evil behind that crap.
Most of it is definitely it's crazy. But even too, like that's funny. Like that. I mean, there's no reason for the way the months are, right? That's literally. And why would you have New Year's in the middle of dead winter? Yes,
right.
Dead.
It makes no sense.
All good. But yeah, appreciate you, Sal.
Appreciate you too.
Have a good weekend. And everybody, thanks for watching.
So no space?
No, I don't, unless Dusty does it. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. You can reach out, but yeah, I got to build, like I said, that Telegram. It's like a Telegram type chat. Yeah. They want it their own, and yeah, they don't want it on Telegram. They just want their own, and we can do that now, Sal. And I want to get paid. Yes, thank you. All right, appreciate y'all.
Have a great weekend.
You too. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Later.
That nasty on sparks in the palm of your hand. Machines learning rhythm, code learning, man. Don't call it a threat, nah, call it a tool. Same fire they fear when the factories move. Market go wild, let it swing, let it breathe. Volatility, teaching patience to greed. If you early, you chosen. If you hear you now, future tapping shoulders. Like you ready, how? Hold the line, enjoy the ride. Just that moment you can't rewind. Into the beginning, don't blink your eyes. Very divine time to be alive. Hold the line, enjoy the ride. Just that moment you can't rewind. Into the beginning, don't blink your eyes. Very divine time to be alive. AI in the lab, robots on the floor. Digital money knocking down the door. Web made 3D, no middleman fees. Whole world syncing up differently. They scroll past destiny. Mr. Sign, history loud, but they hit decline. Me, I'm